Good morning, children. Today we will have a new lesson, and the title of the lesson is We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together, written by Gordon Cook and Alan East. Dear children, it is a real story of a 37-year-old businessman who wanted to duplicate the round the world voyage made 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. Okay, in this regard, he made ready a boat. The name of the boat is Wavewalker. It is a 23-meter and 30-ton wooden hulled beauty, had been professionally built, and it was tested in the roughest weather. Okay, and the narrator and his wife Mary, okay, and son Jonathan of 6 years old and daughter Susan 7 years old, all together set sail from Plymouth, that is in England, to duplicate this round the world voyage. Okay, so we will learn this lesson in detail. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together. This is the background that you can see, because the entire story is related to sea voyage. Okay, written by Gordon Cook and Alan East. So let us know something about the writers. Gordon Cook, born December 3rd, 1978 in Toronto, is a two-time Canadian Olympic sailor. He sails for the Royal Canadian Yacht Club. He is the son of Stephen Cook and Linda Cook. He had a great interest in writing stories too. The second, Alan East was admitted to the role of solicitors in 2003 and has gained extensive experience as a litigator, manager, and legal trainer. In 2010, Alan joined Coventry University as a senior lecturer in law. Both the writers are here, the picture you can see. And the theme. The story We Are Not Afraid to Die shows how unity, teamwork, and an indomitable, that you cannot defeat easily, indomitable spirit helps to overcome the roughest of the situation. The family members trust the narrator, and their faith in him boosts his confidence to keep going against all odds. The story also shows the struggle of a father determined to save his family, who leaves no stone unturned to bring the situation under control. In this story, all the characters are brave and love each other immensely. The little boy Jonathan exhibits a great courage and is also ready to die if all the family members are together. All that matters is that they are together. The young girl Susan is seriously injured but chooses not to add to her father's worries, who is struggling to save everyone. The story beautifully highlights the struggle of each member of the family and the combined efforts of all the members that help them to survive in such a adverse condition, right? So dear children, the story I told you, it's all about the narrator and his family members making the round the world voyage. Okay, that was actually done some 200 years before by Captain James Cook. He just, our author just wanted to duplicate it, right? Now you can see that Wavewalker, I told you the boat name is Wavewalker. It is 23-meter long, 30-ton wooden hulled beauty, professionally built. Okay, now James Cook, the real person who made this journey possible some 200 years back. So British explorer navigator, cartographer, and captain in the Royal Navy. Cook was attacked and killed in 1779 during his third exploratory voyage in the Pacific. The narrator and his family tried to replicate the historical round the world voyage undertaken by Cook in 1768. Actually, our narrator started this journey in the year 1976. Okay, and the route of the voyage, Plymouth, England to Cape Town, South Africa. Okay, the main characters. The narrator, a 37-year-old businessman who had a dream to sail round the world and replicate or to duplicate Captain Cook's voyage. He spends 60 years, 16 years honing, improving his seafaring skill. What is seafaring skill? Sea traveling skills. Okay, to finally embark on a voyage and achieve his dream of sailing in British waters. Mary, narrator's wife, a woman with courage. She supports her husband's dream of sailing and is always ready to face any adversity. Jonathan, narrator's 6-year-old son, a little boy with great wisdom who understands the importance of family and wishes to be all together even if they all die. The family photo is here. The narrator, the businessman, and his wife Mary, son Jonathan, and Susan. Susan, narrator's 7-year-old daughter who displays patience and perseverance. She endures pain and remains silent as she doesn't want to add to her father's trouble. Actually, she had a head injury near to her eye, and she did not make any complaint. Okay, because she knew that her father was struggling to save everybody. She understands the gravity of the situation and behaves in a manner much beyond her age. And there are two other characters. They are actually the crewmen. The narrator, the 37-year-old businessman, arranged two crewmen. Crewman, one who works in a ship or train or plane is called crewman. And this first one, Larry Vigil, an American crewman who helped the narrator to tackle the rough southern Indian Ocean. Okay, Herb Siegler, a Swiss crewman who helped the narrator to tackle the roughest southern Indian Ocean. So all of you remember Larry Vigil and Herb Siegler, two crewmen. And important words and phrases. It's very important because this chapter includes many words related to sea voyage, ship, etc. Voyage, a long journey by sea or space. Honing, sharpening or improving. Seafaring, sea traveling or regularly traveling by sea. Honing seafaring skill here means improving the skill required to travel by sea. Jib, a triangular sail that sets ahead of the foremast in the ship. Knot, a unit of speed equal to 1 nautical mile per hour, used especially for ships, aircrafts or winds. You have to write down in your notebook. Okay. Mooring, all the ropes or chains found in a ship. Stern, the back part of a ship or a boat. Oilskins, heavy cotton cloth waterproofed with oil. Capsizing, be overturned in water. Okay, for example, capsizing of a ship or a boat. That is the accident that takes place with the ship or boat. That is overturning and drowning or sinking. Okay. Taut, stretched or pulled tightly. Boom, a pole that controls the angles and shape of the sail. Keel, steel structure along the base of the ship. Pinpricks in the vast ocean, means small islands in the ocean. Rigging, the ropes and wires supporting the structure of the ship. Hull, the framework, the backbone, framework of the ship vessel. Sextant, an instrument with graduated arc of 60 degrees for taking altitudes and navigations. Okay, so these are some of the important vocabulary used in the text. Now you can see the sketch of a boat, and the mast, the tallest pole in the boat or ship is called mast, and the mainsail, boom, cockpit, stern, rudder, and bow. These are the, and here in the world map you can see, the globe you can see that earlier Captain James Cook, his voyage, and the first voyage is shown in red. He made 3 times. The first time it is marked as or in red color, and second voyage in green color, and the third voyage in blue. And en route, I mean the third time, he was shot dead, and that is why the remaining journey that is performed is dotted in blue color. Blue dots are there. Okay, that means the route of Cook's crew following his death is shown as a dashed blue line. Okay, that's it. Now we will learn the lesson in detail with the help of the text. Okay. Yeah, we are not afraid to die if we can all be together. Gordon Cook and Allen East. And notice this expression in the text. Infer the meaning from the context. Honing our seafaring skill, ominous silence, mayday calls, pinpricks in the vast ocean, a tousled head. These are all the expressions used in the text, and we will discuss about it in detail. In July 1976, my wife Mary, son Jonathan 6-year-old, daughter Susan 7-year-old, and I set sail from Plymouth, England to duplicate the round the world voyage made 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. As I told you earlier, our 37-year-old businessman, that is the narrator, wanted to duplicate or replicate the journey performed by James Cook some 200 years ago. Okay, and the family details. Mary we discussed, Jonathan we discussed, Susan also we discussed. Okay, and Mary and I, a 37-year-old businessman, had dreamt of sailing in the wake of the famous explorer, and for the past 16 years we had spent all our leisure time honing our seafaring skills, sea traveling skill in British waters. Now the second important thing is the boat. Name is Wavewalker, 30 meter long, 30-ton wooden hull beauty, professionally built and tested in the roughest weather. The first leg of our planned 3-year, that is 105,000 kilometer journey passed pleasantly. That means first leg of the journey was very pleasant. As we sailed down the west coast of Africa to Cape Town, there before heading east we took on 2 crewmen. So that also we discussed, who are the 2 crewmen, American Larry Vigil and Swiss. So here is a question for all of you. Who are the 2 crewmen that the narrator, I mean a 37-year-old businessman, appoint? Okay, who are the 2 crewmen appointed by the narrator? American Larry Vigil and Swiss Herb Ziegler, to help us tackle one of the world's roughest seas, the Southern Indian Ocean. The Southern Indian Ocean is very toughest, so required the help of 2 crewmen, right? Children, let us stop here for the day, and all of you should write down the difficult words and also to find the answers for some of the questions given for comprehension. Okay, so do well, and we'll see again tomorrow. Bye.